spec. Welcome to the channel, everyone. Today we are going to remove the grill on our 2022 5th Gen Ram 2500 Cummins because I wanted to upgrade the headlights, the light bulbs in this to LED. So in the process while doing it, I talked with Pat from A&A Auto Stores here in Dallas, Pennsylvania. Check their link out in the description below. And he says, hey, since you're doing the LED thing, what do you think about just doing a headlight swap in it and upgrading the headlight housings? So I says, yeah, you know what, I will, because let me show you the LEDs I was going with. These are the tiny monsters, and I do have a set of these in the 2nd Gen Ram show build. If you guys follow the channel, you know about that. So since I was doing these, which you don't have to take the headlights out to actually get these in, but I figure, well, since I'm upgrading these, let's upgrade the headlight housings. And here's what they look like, of course, with the plastic. These are by D-Spec. And these are the headlight housings that we will be putting into the 5th Gen Cummins. And these are the factory ones. As you can see, we're going to be going with the black on this and a little bit more accent. It gives you a little bit more reflective space in there so the LEDs could really shine out on the road. Actually, it looks to be maybe about the same amount of space. So I'd like to thank Pat and the guys from A&A Auto Stores here in Dallas, Pennsylvania for pointing me in the right direction on doing this. So if you are new to the channel, hit that like, comment, subscribe button. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you guys stay posted when we do videos like this, because we have another mod that we are going to be doing on this. We get this done tonight early enough, then I'll start that mod and I'll bring that one to you. And then we have another mod, and I'll give you a hint. It's in the back and they're both by D-Spec. So you guys will have to subscribe to the channel, and that's a little clue for you. Drop a comment below if you guys think what it is. But I just got to pop the hood, and as you can see, you guys seen that video of us receiving the Jeep Rubicon. So once again, if you are new, we're going to be doing some videos on the Jeep Rubicon 4xe. Yes, it is the hybrid one. So I'm looking forward to doing some videos on that. And I also like to thank the Kaiser brothers out in Muncie, PA, for setting us up with that and making that happen for us. So, but what do you say we get on to the LED swap, the headlight swap, and the removing of the grill? I'm probably going to title this all 3 mods in the same video because you have to do basically all the same. So let's get started on this. Once you guys got your hood popped, there's these little push pins that you have to get out that are all throughout the top of this plastic cover here, and there are also 2 in the back. And to get these out, they are not hard actually at all. All you got to do is get your pin pull or something. And I also got a rag here, so this way we don't scratch up the chrome or nothing like that. But you just get it up underneath there to where you can see the pin goes like this, and you just pop it up like that, and then the rest of it will come up, and they come up like that. This way you're not breaking them or anything. And then I just have a container that I'm dropping them in. So there's all of these around here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, about 14 of these that you got to get off to get this off. So we're going to get this done, and then we'll come back and take it off. So once you got all your push pins, your snap rings in, you'll see that it's like this. So there's these tabs here that go underneath the fender on each side. So you just pull up here, hold this down, and it'll pop right out on this side. And then we'll come over here to the other side. And do the same. And now you have everything exposed all down through here. Then this way we could start taking all these bolts off. And you'll see some of these brackets here that goes to the headlight and things like that. So we're going to start taking all of these, and there are also another set of smaller push pins here I'm seeing. So we're just going to start taking all these off here and see what's all here, and start working on getting this grill off. I know there's two tricky spots. There's bolts that you have to go up from underneath to get on the bottom of this. For some reason, it's rather ram bolt at the bottom of this grill in, and they also put these chrome pieces underneath the headlights. So we will have to work on getting them off. So I'm going to get some tools here and start taking these out. I'm using a 1/4 inch impact, and I like to test it before I really start getting these off, so I know what torque setting to set it at. And this is on the first setting, so I know they weren't all that tight. And when we put these back on, we know what torque setting to use it again. And just take your time with these so you don't crack nothing or lose a bolt. Next, you just want to pull this upper chrome piece off, which will expose the top of the headlights. And to do that, you just got to remember where your bolts came out. You have those snap rings right here. So just remember to pull them up, and then now the top of your chrome piece can come off, and we're just going to put this off to the side. And then now we have all of this exposed. So next, what we want to do is work on getting the headlights out. And it looks like there's one here, one here. We do have to go up underneath here, and we do have to get this chrome piece off, and that will come off from some of the bolts. I could feel them underneath, and they do look tricky, or feel tricky, because it looks like you might have to go down from the top a little bit. But we're going to do a little investigating, and then we'll be right back to the next step. After we removed all the stuff up top, now we want to remove this piece right here that's underneath the headlight here. And I was using, let me show you, a rag and a plastic pry tool to try and get this off, which I couldn't, so I had to go to YouTube University and figure out how to pull it off. And the easiest method is just grab it by the corners here and just work it. It feels like it's going to want to break, and after you pull it off, here's exactly what it looks like when, here, let me get you over here a little bit. Here's what it looks like. It has these plastic tabs all throughout here, and the chrome is trying to, with the camera, and this is what you're trying to get off. And these tabs actually do pull out, but they also come off of here, because when I pulled this one off, this tab popped off. It hit my foot, and I found it, picked it up, but nothing's broke. So we're going to do this side exactly like we did the other side. So let me turn you guys this way and show you how I did that. Ah, there we go. And like I said, that one fell off, and it is right here. And that's exactly what happened on the other one. What I did was at this end, I used the pry tool just to try and loosen it up some. Just check all your tabs, make sure nothing's broken. These tabs go in here. And it is a workout for this. So all you got to do is just slide this back in here. And it doesn't look like it doesn't matter which way it goes in. So we're just going to slide that back in till it locks. And we'll put these off to the side and move on to the next step. But like I said, these are kind of hard. And it almost feels like you're going to want to, it's going to want to break. But trust me on it, just be careful, nice pressure on it. And as you've seen, it comes right off. We are up underneath the bumper. I don't know if we can focus in here. If you can see, there's one there. There's another there. There's 5 screws that go across the bottom of the grill, and you access it from your valance. There's holes in your valance this way where the air comes in, and that's where we want to get those off. And all I'm doing is using a super long extension that I'm throwing up there. And this is going to be a little bit hard to do. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. And all I'm doing is throwing an extension up there. I'm going to have to put you guys down to do this. But I'll be back, and when we get the grill off, or the next step up above to take the grill off, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you want to do these 2 bolts on each side. There's one here and there's one on the other side. Remove them. So there's a total of 7, 2 bolts, and 5 nuts so far we came across. And hopefully this chrome piece should pull right out, and it's not, so there might be 2 more underneath here. So I'm going to get back underneath there and take a look to see what I may be missing. Yeah guys, I was correct. Right in here there's another one on the outside of these, so it's, if you look up, it's very hard to get to, but you can't see it. It's up in front of the body mount. So hopefully now we're loose here. We're loose on the other side. So we're just going to take this off now. And it should pull straight out, and then this way I'll be able to show you. All right guys, I ended up pulling it off. There was no more screws or nuts in here. All I had to do was wiggle it real good and pull it off, and it comes right off. So now that we got this exposed, and now we got everything from the headlights exposed, now we are going to probably get into removing the headlight now, I'd imagine. So next, all we want to do is, there's a series of bolts holding the top of your grill down, and we are going to remove those now, and those you'll see right here. And these seem to be in a little bit tighter than the rest of them. And if you guys use a Milwaukee 1/4-inch drive gun, impact gun, I have it set on the first one. Now that one wasn't all that tight, and then there is one right here that we got to get out. So then once you guys get all these bolts, I'm just double checking all of them. And a little tip for you, all these bolts, I'm putting them in a can in per order that I took them out at. Down here, there's 1, 2 here, and there's a third one underneath here that we're going to have to remove. Oh, Now guys, make note that one is longer than the other, so make sure you try and put them back in the same spot. I'm sorry, that one's not, it's over in here. And all of these heads on all the bolts so far are a 10 millimeter. So let's try and see what else we got to do to pull this grill off. Okay, there are just these end tabs, fit over a sleeve or a bushing. Just lift up a little bit on that, and then your grill comes out. Look at that. Now we have access to our headlights. All right, so now we're up to getting the headlight out, and that's what we want to do now. Next, there's a couple bolts here. There's one here. There's one over here. There is one here. And we have a push pin, another push pin that we got to get out. Now, there is some bolts up here. There is one bolt up underneath here, and there is also a push pin up underneath there, which I took them out while I was underneath the truck because it was hard to video underneath the truck, but I was able to use an extension and a socket, 10 millimeter. Everything seems to be 10 millimeter on this, to get that off. And then on the push pin on this side, and as you can see here, I have a band-aid because I use a pick to pick the push pin out, and it came right out. On the other side, I was underneath with the trying to get the push pin out, and I just couldn't get it out. So now we're just going to take the headlight out, and then I'll show you how easy that is, and just disassembling it and disconnecting the headlight, and then we're going to put the new ones in. And one good tip for you is try to remember what screws go where or what bolts go where, because there are different sizes throughout this, and that's why I separated all my nuts and bolts and in the order, and I have the cups all lined up in the order that I took them off. So I know these are for the bottom. They're the same size, and I'll put them down here because on this side of the fender where I told you, I have the bolt and the push pin down there. Now we'll just take off this top up here. And as you can see, we just have this one here that I pointed out. Which is your longer one, so I'll put that over here. And then all we have to do is get that push pin out. And here is the pick that I picked myself with, getting that side one off. And I just used a pick to get underneath it to start it. Pull it up. Put that over here. Get my puller. Pull this up, because these are definitely different than the other ones. So you keep these separate from all your other push pins that we took out earlier in the video. Whoop. And now the headlight comes out, or comes loose, which I seen where that went, so I'll pick that up. Let me put this over here. And I'll put this here. And I'm just going to set this right there for now, and then I'm going to show you guys how to disconnect it from the housing here. You're going to pull your light out, and there are little tabs here. And underneath here, well, on the other side, there is this wire is held onto by a zip tie under here. Let me. And then once you get this far, get your pick again. Be careful. You want to pull that red tab out. And then work this plug free. You got to push down on it and pull it off. First time taking these off from the factory is a little tricky. And then now your headlight can come off. And that's all it takes is to get your headlights off and your grill off. And as you can see, I got them off on both sides. It was a little tedious, especially everything underneath. I'm probably gonna have fun trying to get it back in, but I'm just gonna reverse the process to put everything back together with the new headlights in there and the LED bulbs which I'm installing in there, which I'm not gonna give you a review on the LED lights. We'll save that for a later video on those tiny monsters, so this way you guys could see what it looks like after I install the LED lights, because everybody knows what it feels like to drive around with halogen lights, and this truck came with the halogen lights, which we're switching over to LED, so I'd like to thank Pat for giving us the idea and the more work to install the new headlight assemblies. And I'm going to do that. While I'm doing that, you guys smash down on that subscribe button, and we'll be back, and I'll show you what the truck will look like with the new headlights. Well, we have it all buttoned up, as you can see here behind me, and it was out with the old and in with the new. So what do you say we do a little reveal of what it looks like and how it turned out? I am actually pretty pleased with it, so without further ado, somebody hit that drum roll. That is the driver's side. And then we have the passenger side. I think they turned out rather nice. And I got my little furry friend down here. He helped me all night. Yeah, it wasn't that hard. The only thing that I ended up not being able to put in was the little push pins that I explained to you guys earlier about that were down in here. I just couldn't get I got the one part in, I couldn't push the second part up in. I don't know why, but I was able to put the bolts back up from underneath the way I took them out. So that was the only thing I wasn't able to get back in. But the headlights turned out rather nice. It is complementing the build on the 22 Ram 2500 Cummins. And like I said, if you guys are new, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to ring that notification bell. And you know what? If we didn't win your subscription in this video, well, maybe in the next one we will, because we also will be doing some stuff to the Jeep. And I'm going to give a later video on the review and with the Tiny Monsters, my thought of the Tiny Monster LED lights in there, which I'm not going to be able to run it tonight. It's kind of late. I want to go hit the sack and get back out here again in the morning. But yeah, just to give you guys a little, you know, what I think about the Tiny Monsters. And you know what? Let's see what it looks like with the hood closed. I think they turned out rather nice. What do you think, Boots? Yeah, he says it's time to hit the sack. So, I wanted a little bit of accent, black accent all through here. So this way I broke up the stock headlights. This way, because we have the black grille with some black in the headlights now, with some chrome in the grille, some chrome in the headlights, chrome wrapping around the black, and it really broke it up real nice. I think it was a real nice choice, and I really didn't want to go with the projector beams or anything like that. I just wanted to stick with the simple LED ones. But like I said, here is the stock ones. Kind of boring. All right, well, that will do it for this video. Like I said, just follow these easy steps. It wasn't hard to do. The only other hard part was climbing underneath there and getting the bolts across the bottom of the grill. So it is what it is. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Till next time, I'm Joe. Driving trucks and hunting bucks is how I roll with Wicked Fabz.